Breaking news, we have confirmed the names of the people killed in a deadly shooting in Redding. Plus, new developments as a major construction project on Highway 32 on Chico's west side is taking a toll on those who use the road. And
so much gratitude fills my heart for everyone that has been a part of our story.
A memorial to campfire victims just got a big boost from a Hollywood production.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
We start with breaking news. We now know the names of the people who were killed in that deadly shooting on Abernathy Lane earlier this week in Redding. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office says that they were Chastity Milenovich and Anthony Penta, both of Redding. Action News Now broke the news when it happened Monday afternoon. Jesse Penta is accused of murdering both of them outside of his home, then called police to report it, according to police. The case is currently under investigation by the Redding Police Department. Now a live look from the Alert California South Oroville camera over Butte County. And we're going to check in now with Sade Pull-in now, who's in for Howie with a look at our forecast. Sade?
Yes, so we are in for some nice temperatures. Oops, I'm supposed to be at the wall. Can you guys see me now? Here I am. Here I am. So currently, right now, we are looking at temperatures in the 80s to 90s. Pretty nice temperatures that we are having. Now, for football season, we're also looking pretty comfortable for tonight. For our foothills, we are in the 80s range as well. And then for our mountains, we are in the 70s to 80s range. Now, if you're going out tonight, or whether you're in the game or just going to be on the sidelines watching, we're looking at some nice temperatures in the 60s for the valley. For our foothills, we are looking in the upper 50s range. And then for our mountains, we are in the 40s to 50s. So pretty comfortable temperatures. Slight drop in temperatures for tonight, but looking pretty great for this weekend as well. Back to you, Alan.
Thanks, Sade. This weekend, a ceremony marks the 5th anniversary of the Bear Fire that burned through Berry Creek. That deadly fire broke out in August of 2020 and 3 weeks later destroyed the community of Berry Creek as well as Feather Falls and surrounding communities. 16 people died and the fire destroyed 2,500 buildings, many of them homes. Tomorrow there will be a remembrance at the Berry Creek Community Church on Bald Rock Road. That's at 11 a.m. New tonight, 2 suspects pleaded no contest to a home invasion in Anderson. Vincent Martin and George Logeteta entered the plea to multiple felony offenses during the incident that happened last June at a home on Shady Lane. The two went to the victim's home, knocked on the door, and forced their way in. Martin and Logeteta pretended to have guns and threatened the victims and his child as they stole from the home and took off before police arrived. Martin will be back in court September 10th. Logeteta will be back in court October 1st for sentencing. New developments now. We could see construction pick back up at Hope Plaza, the Paradise Campfire Memorial, located at Skyway and Foster Road. And that's because of a major donation. So let's check in with Action News Now reporter Margot Roseman looking into this today. And Margot, the donation, I guess, came from someone pretty well known in Hollywood.
Indeed, Alan. Jamie Lee Curtis announced today that her crew on the Lost Bus, that movie that's coming out pretty soon actually, and Apple Original Films will be donating the rest of the remaining funds needed to complete Hope Village behind me here. Now, I spoke with former council member Melissa Schuster about it, and she tells me that this plaza is a dedication to the lives lost that day and honoring the heroes during the response of the campfire. She says it's been a donation-based project, and over the last few years, there have been some challenges, but its completion is now sooner than ever.
For the last 7 years, through COVID, through all kinds of hurdles and issues. But now we're closer than ever, and with this morning's news of Jamie Lee Curtis herself and her production company funding the rest of the project, we hope to have it done by the end of the year for sure.
Schuster says Jamie Lee Curtis's team's contribution will help finish the signage and finishing touches for the reflection forest element of the plaza, which will feature metal trees of the names of those lost in the fire. And Schuster says we could see construction start to pick back up in just a few weeks. Reporting live in Paradise, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
Thank you, Margot. A giant redwood tree will be placed in the middle of the plaza through PG&E's Right Tree, Right Place program. Schuster says that that should be placed in the coming weeks. New details now about how federal budget cuts are impacting local hospitals. Yesterday, we ran a story about how 6 in our area are considered at risk. That's according to a new study from the University of North Carolina. Well, one of those was Modoc Medical Center, and today the center sent us a response saying these changes are expected to have a substantial impact due to cuts to Medicaid and Medi-Cal. However, the center says it has maintained a positive operating margin due to steady sources of revenue. The center says it is optimistic that despite the cuts, they are hopeful the organization will continue to grow and remain financially viable. You can read the full statement on our website. If you're planning on visiting Bidwell Park over the next couple of weeks, be aware of some closures in the area of South Park Drive. Starting Monday, crews will begin removing non-native eucalyptus trees in the park between the road and East 8th Street, forcing some temporary restrictions to access. After that, the city will replant native trees. Officials say eucalyptus trees are dangerous because the bark and oils are highly flammable. Work is expected to last 2 weeks, depending on weather conditions. A downtown Chico store is closing its doors effective the end of this month. Lulu's outlet in downtown Chico announced it's closing its store on East 2nd Street. Shoppers looking for bargains can find great deals. Customers are already flocking to the racks and bins for steep discounts. Dresses, for example, are marked down to $10, and while the outlet is shutting its doors, Lulu's headquarters will remain on Humboldt Avenue, where the company will continue operating its online business. Now, the closure comes as downtown Chico businesses prepare for one of their biggest promotional weekends of the year. The Downtown Chico Business Association is hosting its annual Taste of Downtown. That's an event that draws nearly 1,000 visitors to sample food from about 30 local restaurants. And as Action News Now reporter Jerry O'Lennon tells us, it'll hopefully keep them coming back.
Brooklyn Bridge Bagel Works is one of the nearly 36 downtown restaurants participating in Sunday's Taste of Downtown, all in hopes of boosting its visibility.
Honestly, a lot of locals don't even know that we're here, which is insane to me. So just trying to do things to get our name out into the community.
Upper Crest Bakery and Cafe, another downtown mainstay, will also be serving samples. Owner Jeff Plummer acknowledged there are challenges to doing business in Chico's core, but said there is still reason for optimism.
It's a little tough right now. There's a lot of empty buildings, but there are businesses coming in. So I walk around every day and look at downtown.
Organizers say nearly 1,000 tickets have been sold for Sunday's promotional event.
It's a fantastic Chico tradition. We're expecting a great turnout this year as we have in years past.
Even as Lulu's outlet prepares to shut down, local business leaders hope Taste of Downtown will keep residents engaged in returning to Chico's city center. In downtown Chico, Jerry O'Lennon, Action News Now.
The Taste of Downtown runs this Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., and will be followed by a concert at City Plaza. Tickets for Taste of Downtown are available at the Downtown Chico Business Association office on Broadway. First Friday festivities are underway in Reading tonight. We'll have a live report on all the activities and the fun that your family can participate in for free. But first, we break down how a major construction project is impacting those who live nearby and work in the area.